good, man. Need to get this playing. What is Nick doing?
Oh, Nix,
I hear you, man.
we can't hear you, and you went live. We
Yeah, I
live,
was like, what was
and I
going
don't know
on?
if we can hear Nix.
I was so confused.
You know what, Nix. This is perfect. This is perfect. Reality TV right here.
We still can't hear you.
I think this is what's going to happen with the Commanders this Sunday.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, we cannot hear you. Nope, can't hear you, sir.
Let's see if they can hear you on the other side.
Nope.
Let's see if they can hear you on the other side.
How did this happen? We were just talking like.
Exit, come back, rerun it.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
That's wild.
I was like, I didn't even know we were live because
We
I
still
just.
live. We still live. Don't say nothing crazy.
I was just like, why is his mouth moving and I can't hear him? I was so confused.
Y'all, this whole silencing of our leader, our guy Nix, is reminding me a lot of the silencing that has been happening.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Woo!
That's weird. Like we were talking, everything
Yeah.
was fine.
Everything was fine.
We went live, and then it said, "Nah, it's a wrap." Okay, let me run this back. Mary is back from parts unknown.
Yep.
Salute,
Mhm.
salute.
Thanks.
Spoonie has recovered from a terrible expedition at Sonic.
Oof.
Down bad. I happened to be out there, had to be live in the building for the Jimmy Johnson introduction into the Ring of Honor. Dom had some personal things to handle. So uh, Professor All might be here tonight. He had to make a move during the Christmas holidays. What I'm trying to tell y'all, ladies and gentlemen, is we've had a lot going on. Hence why we've been absent for a little bit. But y'all see the cats in there, right? Y'all see the cats in there, right?
Yep.
Who's in first place, Mary? Who's in first?
The Dallas Cowboys.
The Dallas Cowboys. And if they go beat Washington, the number 2
2
seed,
seed.
win the division.
Yep.
Y'all think we wasn't gonna pull up for that? You think
We in
Don
there.
Sweeney, me, and Mary wasn't gonna pull up for this? Man, start the intro. Let's go.
BJ Nix, are you here?
Present.
Do we
Present.
have Spoonie, Timothy Spoonie?
Present, sir.
Margaret and Mary. Do we have a Margaret and Mary?
Yes. And the
All right.
margaritas.
Thought class here. We're ready. Let's go.
Yes, let's go.
Yeah, man, I'm starting with the police lights right now. I ain't gonna lie to you. Look, I got the I'm putting cases on people. I'm putting cases on people. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. My guy Bo Allen in the building, man. Let me get some shout outs over here real quick. I'm putting cases on people. Said Warm Runs in the building. What's good? The curse has been lifted. Gregory, welcome to Professor O. Yeah, look, little move, little change in scenery for him. So just handle some things. That's all. He'll be back soon. He'll
He'll
be
be
back
back.
soon. Yeah, yeah. He's just
We
handling
should
some
see him for the
business, you know.
playoffs. He'll be ready. He'll be ready.
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
think.
Big face, big face. Rich Gang in the building. What's going on, Rich Gang? Red Jones, Steven, TC, I see you, Sono in the building. Let me get through some. Bruce got the juice. What's good? What's good? What's good, man? Suits everybody. Oh my God, Miguel. Hey, 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 hey. What's up? Salute, salute, my guy. Man, suits everybody in the building, man. Appreciate you as always. Y'all know the drill, though, man. Hit the like, man. Make sure if you ain't already subbed, go ahead. Edio's actually on time. My God, it's crazy. He's actually here on time. So again, make sure you hit the like, make sure you hit the sub if you haven't. Hey, free 99 to share, to tell a friend, the whole nine. But yeah, man, these Eagles, man. I don't know what to tell you. But with that being said, Mary, how we doing this Friday?
I'm great. I made it to 2024 by the grace of God and baby Jesus, and starting off good. And I'm excited for what this year brings.
Indeed, Spoonie, how we doing, brother? On this fine Friday, it's cold out here in East Texas. Coldest day
Yeah,
of the year. Pause.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
cold.
it's cold out here. You know, hanging in there, being excited for the new year. You know, and very excited for where this Dallas Cowboys will go, can go, and it's gonna happen.
Indeed, Dom, how are we doing, brother, on this chilly Friday?
You know, it's a fantastic Friday. I was able to do great work at my actual job that pays me. Then I got to get in a lot of some work with the draft prospects, looking at guys who are
Mm.
going to report to the Senior Bowl that have been on my board, seeing what tweaks I need, and then the potential for me to be out there to interview some of these guys if I'm able to make it. But got the pass, got the credentials, that's all set. I just got to make sure I can make it out to Alabama, Mobile, because man,
Mobile.
it's some great talent in this Senior Bowl. What they've done, they've knocked it out of the park once again. And so I think there's a number of offensive line and D linemen that we know the Cowboys need that work in the trenches to continue to, solidify that area of the team. So I'm looking forward to scouting some more guys for y'all.
Hey, just let me know if you need somebody to jump in the passenger seat with you as you're on your way there. We make some things happen.
Oh no, I'm flying over you, bro.
Well, no, it's only a 7 hour drive. Why would you fly?
I
We'll
ain't
just
driving.
drive.
No, man. I'll
That's like
fly
a 1 day
into
drive.
I'll fly into New Orleans and then the 2 hour drive from there, and then just drive back, fly out of New Orleans, get back, because I ain't trying to do all that. It's about an 8 hour drive. Well, yeah, it's about 8 hours from my house. I ain't trying. I hate driving,
Me too, man.
Well, but we can split it though. We'll split it.
bruh.
You just pick me. Look, you just pick me up, and I'll drive all the way to Alabama. I'd have
Mm.
made that. I'm from Florida. Nah, 15 hours ain't nothing for me.
You don't know how much I hate driving. I literally
You
live
ain't gonna
a
drive. You're gonna ride. You're just gonna
I
sit.
live a 7 minute drive with traffic from my work, and I can't stand that.
Oh, oh no, I got you beat. I got you beat. I am 2 minutes from my job. Less than 2 miles from my house to my job. I feel you. I definitely feel you. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Hey, my guy. Hey, Customer Jones in the middle. What's going on, man? Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good, man? Got to catch you with my guy at the Dez tailgate for show. Man, fun time. He's like, man, you might not know me. Come on, Cuts. I know you, dog. Yeah, man. Salute. It's great to meet up with you, bro. For sure. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Uh, oh my God. Look. Oh, they got an update by the way on Streamyard. Finally, now, we encourage y'all to go sub on YouTube, but finally, we can actually see the comments from Twitter/X now over here. You know what I mean? Finally, finally, finally. And of course, he said, if you don't like driving, don't be a trucker. Hey, that part. Know our lane. Know our
For
lane.
real.
But with that being said, man, we're going to spin the block here. Uh, First and foremost, guys, man, here we are. Here we are. It is literally the last game of the regular season. Week 18 is upon us. And, we always have the conversation like, oh my God, I can't believe we're here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it happened so quickly. And while we're very big on this channel, talking about, man, you have to enjoy the ride, right? You have to enjoy the ride because the ups and downs, the in betweens, you know what I mean? You don't know how things are going to play out. And a couple of weeks ago, it's like, hey, man, Dallas, hey, man, that fifth seed, that's where they're going to be at. My, what a couple of weeks can change because now the Cowboys, Spoonie, they hold the keys to their destiny. Washington is already talking about these players are going to sit. They're trying to secure a number two pick. The Cowboys go get the dub, and they got the opportunity to be the number two seed. What does that mean, ladies and gentlemen? That means they're going to host a wild card. We'll talk about the teams they might face. We'll get into that. That means you win that, you host the divisional. And then, depending on how things play, you might have to go on the road conference championship, but you might host that one too. What a huge turn of events here, Dom, in general, of where this team has been, the ups and downs, and what's happened to have this control here going into Week 18.
Yeah, we're talking about 5 weeks ago when you're looking at the overall percentages, and the Philadelphia Eagles were an 89% chance of winning the division. And then they go 1-4 in the next 5 weeks. And here we are enjoying that number two spot with a win this week, solidifying that to have home field advantage. So this is what you play for. Every single season, players, coaches, the organization, their first goal is to win an NFC East. Well, you have that accomplished. Then your second goal is to hopefully get that number one seed. You didn't get that, but you got the next best one. So we know it's made over about Dallas's home record versus their road record. They're a great home team. They've been that the last 2 years. They haven't lost at home since the first home game of last season in 2022. So the last 16 home games, they're undefeated. So you wanted that if you're a Cowboys fan. You wanted that if you're a Cowboy, if you're within that organization. So to see how things have just quickly turned to be in their favor, all the things that have happened in between, players getting historical records like Lamb taking over the Cowboys receiving record for a season, finally putting in a ring of honor Jimmy Johnson. Maybe the curse is lifted. The last thing, and ode to our guy, Professor O, is if you can get an actual person to be rowdy. We ain't trying to take no food out of nobody's mouth. Just get away with the mascot with the fakeness. The realness in. But it's been a nice last 5 weeks for the Dallas Cowboys. They're getting right at the right time of year.
Indeed, and Spoon, we go back to what we talked about throughout, training camp and everything else here, Spoon. Just, you know, talk about how the Cowboys can accomplish their goals and do the things they need to do. And they set the course, right? Bumpy early in the season, found their lane, and really churning in the right direction. And what we know about this team at home is, as Dom was talking about, they're undefeated, whatever. And then there might be a little bit of pushback, right? Well, maybe they play tomato cans at home. Maybe that's what it is. Now, this year, though, Detroit, they beat them, won their division. Going to be at least the number three seed. Rams, they played and beat them. Maybe the Rams are a different team right now. That's fair. But you beat them. Seattle, you beat them at home. I mean, we're talking about playoff teams. They've kind of handled business against those guys here at the crib. But the biggest thing to me is forget the tomato cans and who you played and all that stuff, Spoon. We know this offense operates different at home than it does on the road.
Yeah, 100%. And that's don't get me wrong. I understand. With some of the conversations of the fifth seed, why folks will want it because at the end of the day, you want it. You always want the easiest path, and I think every fan always thinks like that. But once, and I was on the board with that. I want to put that out there. But once the way we played against the Buffalo Bills and how we lost on the road and stuff like that, this is where the way we played Philly and how we blew out, almost pretty much took out Philly. That was right there where it showed this how great this team is at home. They're a different monster, and that teams are like that almost every season. You're gonna have that team who's great at home or who's great on the road. X, Y, and Z. We can take it back to 2007 when the New York Giants they was up and down during the season. They became the Vote Warriors. They won right from the wild card. We could go back to Mike McCarthy's first playoff Super Bowl win with Green Bay when they was pretty much up and down at home, but they was pretty solid on the road, and they went to the wild card and won the championship. So, a lot of teams have that type of story every year, and the story for this Dallas Cowboys team is that they are great at home, and with that number 2 seed riding in their views, this team can make a lot of noise in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Again, they're a different team. And, we may be facing a team that we never saw before. We may face teams that we've already faced during the season. But at the end of the day, we are that type of team, and that's the best chance that we have to get to where we want to go to. We want to get to that mountaintop.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt. But I think very simply with the back and forth and everything that's going on, right? I mean, let's just be honest, right? Is you look at the Dolphins game, Mary, and the Lions game were eerily similar,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Bubble on the 1 yard line, different things were happening, score late, defense, whatever. But they found a way to win this one. There's your difference for this team possibly being on the road and at home.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's I don't know. I don't understand anybody who wants to act like there is no real difference between us being at home or away when it's very clear based on anything you look at from even if you just look at this season, you just leave last season out of it completely. Even if you're just looking at this season, there's no way you can look at this and say we aren't we don't have a good home field advantage because the numbers say that we do. The wins and the numbers, the lesser penalties, all of it at home says that we are better at home. Just because the crowd doesn't get super loud, just because our players don't come out to trap music and wear ski masks does not mean that we shouldn't want to play at home. They are good at home. Their numbers show that they are good at home. Not to mention, we don't have to worry about rain. We don't have to worry about a lot of wind. We don't have to make those factors when we're playing at home. And that's just the truth. And that helps us in big games. The end.
Right. And the other part of that is trying to figure out the why behind they struggle so much on the road. It's low hanging fruit to be able to look at the competition at home and at away and then just see that, well, you really are playing better teams on the road than you have at home. Then you look at the quarterback play where we know that that's the most important position in sports. So some will just say, well, it's a better team, better quarterbacks. That's why they were struggling at home or away. But when you look at it, those quarterbacks that are elite weren't the ones doing the damage against the Cowboys.
Right.
Buffalo, Josh Allen had the famous quote of saying, like, he felt like the kid who was a part of the project that got an A that didn't do a
Didn't do
single bit of
anything.
work.
Yeah.
It wasn't the pass game there. Whenever they lost to the Eagles, whenever they should have beaten the Eagles, it wasn't Jalen Hurts with his arm really doing the work. Now, Arizona is not a good team, but any team in the league can come up and beat you because talent is all across the league. It wasn't Josh Dobbs with his arm that was really beating the Cowboys. Then you look at the San Francisco game, you couldn't stop anything either way. It really didn't matter what you were going to do because no unit of that team played well that night. And then even down to the Dolphins. Even so, what's ailed them is the running game. They can't stop teams on the road running. And then it seems to come back to also communication. So when you have that crowd noise that's died down when you're on offense, when you're at home, when you got that crowd
Julio.
that can come and support you when you're on defense while you're at home, that right there is your home field advantage. Regardless of what people say about the Cowboys and the cushiness and the fans at the home games, it still doesn't matter. When it's time for them to get up, they'll get up. If the team's doing well, they'll definitely be up. But you don't want to be on the road during the playoffs against teams in some of these hostile situations. It's simply a matter of fact of you want that home field advantage. And Knicks, you shared in the space. like the overall percentage, the statistics behind each seed,
Yeah.
why you
Yeah.
want to be a higher seed, why you want that number two seed compared to
Mhm.
a fifth seed, because it's a greater probability that you can run the table to get to the Super Bowl. It's like four times as
Yeah.
great
Yeah.
to be a
Yeah.
two seed. So the why they're struggling, we know. They can't stop the run. And there's communication issues. And it's not just the offensive issues, it's on the defensive side of the ball as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stretch my legs here for a second. Bear with me for a moment. I'm gonna be a little long-winded here, y'all. Okay. The numbers that you talked about. Super Bowl winners. Number two seed, 21.6%. Fifth seed, barely a little under 5%. Let's remove that for a second. Let's just go from 2011 to 2022. Percentage of home teams winning. Wild card round, 53%. Divisional round, 77%. Championship round, 70%. Those are the facts. Y'all want to go play Tampa? Tampa's 4-1 their last five, ladies and gentlemen. Be clear. As everyone's suddenly, oh, the Rams, they got the run game going. Pause. Don, what'd you just say? Case something around the road. We talked about Detroit, right? We talked about Detroit. Detroit can do everything that Buffalo did. Better offensive line, not one but two guys able to run the rock. I had Detroit fans around me in the third quarter talking about stop giving the ball to Josh Gibbs. That's where they were in real time during the game. D-Law playing a little three tech, they figured some things
Mm,
out. They played better at home against the run than
yeah.
they do on the road.
They just got to
Communication, whatever the case may be. Ultimately, and we had this conversation in the space, Dom, and I'm like, the problem for the offense on the road is they don't use hand signals. They don't use hand signals. They're just going to call it, run it. The reason the offense is so good at home is that gets to do his thing. Here we go, all that, and make the changes. There's reasons why. This ain't Madden. Let's be clear here, ladies and gentlemen. This ain't Madden. Go catch a flight. Stay somewhere not at home. Play a game. Catch a flight back home. Then go catch another flight. Go play a game. There's a reason there's things behind the 53, 77,
Yeah. They're
70.
tired.
Wild card, divisional, championship round, home teams win at a better clip. It is what it is. You ain't trying to do that. Go to Tampa, then go to Detroit. Why would we get Detroit in the second round at home? Better yet, did we go to Tampa last year? We won, right? Hey, Marky stomped him. Low hanging fruit to me. Different team, whatever. Hey, where do we go the very next week?
Santa Clara.
How'd that work out?
Yeah.
Why would you want this team to have to go cross country back to back weeks in the playoffs?
Exactly.
Like, what are we doing?
Just
And
to
look,
possibly have maybe, possibly, hopefully have an
maybe,
easier matchup. Like,
maybe,
yeah.
maybe.
Doesn't
Man, look, Rams, Packers, Saints, whatever. Man, if you can't beat them at home in the wild card round, you wasn't winning the damn Super Bowl anyways. What are we talking about?
yeah.
Like dead ass. What are we talking about? Then I see Lombardi out here with the Eagles are so smart. They're resting. They're taking the fifth seed.
Shut up.
Motherfucker, motherfucker, motherfucker. Do you think Nick Sirianni, when they was up 21-6 at the halftime against Arizona, said, "Hey guys, we should go blow this fucking game so we can be the fifth seed"? Man,
they,
stop playing with me.
Like, shut
they
I'm
up.
wanted
sorry
it.
for I'm sorry for
Shut
cussing
up.
y'all. I'm sorry. But stop playing with me when it comes to that shit. And the body's a paid media national guy. Like, bruh, what are we doing, dog? But neither here nor there. At the end of the day, I understand the dichotomy is you want the best matchup. I absolutely get that. Because styles makes fights in the NFL. And especially in the playoffs, it ain't a best of seven like other sports. You get one shot, right? You get one shot. But you have to line up things the best way you can in your favor to get to the
Yeah, well,
ultimate
we're talking
goal.
about the ultimate long term goal, not just getting
Right.
past one
Not
round.
wild right,
Like,
not the wild card round. We're trying to get to the ultimate goal. I told y'all, I got the tweet up. Go check me. Your guy Nick's, I'm on there. Go to my highlights down there. Back in May, I said this team will be 12-5, NFC Championship game. That was my prediction, and I put a hashtag bookmark it. They're about to be 12-5 because they're absolutely going to beat the damn Washington Commanders. Now you get two home games with an opportunity to go play in the championship game. What more can you ask for? If we lined up everybody out here, Dom, Spoon, and Mary, and said, "Hey, look, here we do. How many? Jordan Smith, like right a smidge under 5%, a smidge under 5%. Two seats, 21.6%. If we lined everybody up at Cowboys Nation and said, "Hey, look, before the season, you're going to be 12-5, number 2 seed. This is the road to try to get to the Super Bowl." Everybody settles out of court immediately and takes it.
Yeah.
Takes it. Again, I understand maybe the worry of the Rams because they got their running game going, and Puka's having an amazing season. There's Cooper Cup over there. There's Sean McVay. But we did the preseason schedule, or we did the regular season schedule show, and I said, look, the Rams are different. I think the Rams are going to have a good season this year when we were breaking down the schedule for the Cowboys. So I'm not shocked by this. I know Aaron Donald's over there, everything else. But if the ultimate goal is to get to a championship game or win the Super Bowl, if you can't beat them at home, then you don't deserve it. Going
Exactly.
out to Tampa, week one, who's 4-1, by the way, their last five. They're 4-1, by the way, their last five. And winning that, like for me, I
Winning
don't
that.
get it.
Yeah.
I just don't
For
get it.
you'd
I'm
rather
just,
have the 5 seed for one better matchup, hopefully, and then still
the
have to
last,
travel.
right. The
Like
last team to be the fifth, the last team to be a fifth seed and go win it was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Tom Brady with a loaded offense, and we know what their defense was. They went out there, won 3 straight. Before Tom Brady and them, who was the last fifth seed to go out here and do that? Anybody know?
Not going to be often.
The
It's not happening.
2007 Giants.
I was gonna say
The
Giants. I'm like, it has to be a
2007
while.
Giants.
Yep.
Like, bruh, you have to stack things in your favor. Hence why what they're doing, they brought Damian Wilson. They brought Leo Collins. You stack things in your favor. Depth-wise, the best way you can right now.
Yep.
Get that home field advantage. Like, you don't think the Eagles want to be at home? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? You think they don't want to be at
I mean,
home?
we're literally the only fan base having this discussion within us about whether it's better to have a home game or not. Like, it's ridiculous. We shouldn't even be having this conversation. I guarantee you, no other fan base is like, do we really want to have all these home games in the playoffs? No one's talking about that. It's ridiculous because it doesn't make sense. It's a ridiculous argument.
Yeah. So I'm happy. I'm comfortable with it. Go handle business, and let's get these two at home. Bring the
Mhm.
Rams. Bring on Jordan Love and the Packers, or maybe it's Derek Carr and the Saints. Bring them on. No disrespect to Tampa and what they got going on. Man, bring me one of those cats here and sketch your business. Let me say this real quick about the home crowd because I was out there. And it was. And shout out to my guy, Star Conscious. Shout out to my guy, Paul. Tuck was out there. And Mario as well. Salute to him. Man, we had a good time. Jen, salute to Jen. Salute to Ricardo. Man, we had a great time out there before we pivoted over to the Diz um, tailgate. Parking lot was ugly. They told me it was early, whatever. It's Jimmy Johnson. It was ugly. It was ugly. And we were even having conversations like whenever the Eagles showed up, like this shit was packed out the whole night. Well, it's the Eagles. We get it. Shout out to Lions fans. Man, I saw 3 different Lions tailgates out there in the parking lot. I was like, oh, wow. Lions fans showed up. Salute to Lions fans. Didn't know they traveled that way. It might have been close to 60-40 Lions fans, to be honest with y'all. Right? It might have been that. We went over to Texas Live. We got to the Dez thing. I saw everything from the Eagles time when he did that. It wasn't great time, though. Phenomenal party. I think there's a conversation coming probably next year about Des Bryant's tailgate. I think there's some things. That's a different conversation for a different time, though. It was turned up. It was cool. Man, once we were in the building, though, hey, and I had Lions fans in my section. They had a little chant going, let's go, Lions. Oh, no, yeah, they were around me. Y'all can check my timeline. I'll see little videos I shot, whatever. Cowboys fans absolutely brought the energy. I've been to a ton of games. it was the most energy and loudness that I've witnessed in that building since us, Spoonie, Mary, when we went to the
The
Eagles game.
playoff.
After the
Oh
opening
yeah,
Eagles game. No,
yeah.
no, because I don't think it was
Wow.
weird energy on the playoff game. But that Eagles after COVID, when we opened
Yeah.
up and we were there, now the parking lot was lit though.
Yeah, it
Neither
was
here nor
lit.
there,
Well,
in the building. Yeah,
like
yeah, but in the
Saturday for
building.
the Detroit game, it was chilly outside. And most of us Texas
Yeah.
people, I wouldn't have been out there if I would have, because I wanted to go to the game. I actually had free tickets. I had free tickets,
Yeah.
but I had a wedding to go to. But I wouldn't have been out there to tailgate because I don't do the
Hey, I'll be
cold.
honest
I don't
with
do
you.
the cold.
Hold on, hold on. I'll be honest with you. It wasn't as cold as like the San Francisco game. It wasn't really that. Like I had my leather jacket. I was ready to pull out. And I had to say, but it was too warm. I was like, shit, I can't wear it. I had to put it to the side. And so it wasn't really that cold. To be honest, I was surprised by that. But at the end of the day, though, inside that building, since that Philly game back in 2000, what was that, 21 that we went? The energy was there, and it was right. It was loud on defense, quiet on offense, the whole nine. Man, and even with a lot of Lions fans in there, because the other thing I keep hearing is, well, nobody's scared to come in here and play in Dallas. It ain't about being scared to
It's
come here
not.
and
Yes,
play
I'm
in
saying it's
Dallas.
not. It's
They gotta
not about
travel
that.
here.
Yeah,
It's not home cooking. It's
they
not their
want
bed. I
like
don't care about them being scared. And look, who says we're scared to go anywhere? Dial up a clip where you've seen an NFL player say, "I'm scared to go play here."
yeah. They don't say that. Yeah.
Stop letting people lie to y'all. There's no NFL players that are talking about they scared to go play somewhere. So this
Right.
whole thing and driving the narrative of people ain't scared to come play in Dallas, players ain't scared to
So
go play anywhere.
like that narrative is just crazy to me. Like
Weak.
that. Yeah, it's
In fact, whenever in my playing days, the most hostile environments, those the ones I circled to date and was like, I
yeah,
cannot
because you're like
wait.
I
yes.
wanted it.
I want to
I
send them. I
wanted
want
it.
to send them home just upset. I want them to be throwing bottles at our bus as we leave. Man, yeah,
Man,
ain't nobody scared of that. Like,
that is the last thing
what they gonna
they
do?
want to
Just
stay
yell?
home. The players
Man,
they want to sleep in their bed, sleep
that part. They
comfy,
want
and
their
they want to get
food.
to the stadium
They
that
want to
they're
they want to
used
be
to.
comfortable.
Yeah,
Right.
Hold on.
they
Drive
To be
want
their own
fair,
cars.
to be
Drive
fair,
their
we
own
need to
whip.
let's
yeah,
make sure we're clear because I don't know if the Cowboys do this, but I know most teams, even when you're at a home game,
yeah.
they
They stay in
still put them in
hotels.
a hotel. We get that, but still, that's 30-minute drive at most for some of these guys.
No
This
flight
is
in the comfort of
yeah.
their
You're not.
city.
It's just a totally different thing. Players don't want to travel.
And you
Yeah,
still driving your own whip. You know
yeah.
what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
It is what it is. So I'm like, this whole narrative, it's a false. Let me say it this way:
It's very
it's
false.
a false. It's a false narrative. If there's people telling you that, oh well, teams ain't scared to come play here, and it don't matter, it's a false narrative.
Yes, it
Go.
is
I tell
very
you what.
negative.
I tell you what. Go pull up on Dak Prescott, Micah Parsons, pick anybody. Ask whether they were to play at home or on the road. Go ask them. You think they're going to say, you know what, man, home field advantage, it's overrated. We play trash can. We play tomato cans. We'd rather go on the road. What are we doing, man? What are we doing, man? What are we doing?
Hey, to kind of put a bow on this one,
Yeah.
you can't be hedging them bets either with all that stuff. It's kind of like that sense of, well, if Dallas goes and they win, great. But if they lose, see, I told you. You really wanted to play and be the Fitzy. Don't do that.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
do that. Because
Agree.
we know that the bad Dallas team that has lost this year, the one that we know is the ingredient in how to beat Dallas, that team shows up, which is really the undisciplined side of Dallas. Anybody can beat Dallas. The
Yeah,
Panthers can beat Dallas. And they're
yeah.
the
Well,
worst team in the league.
well,
Arizona beat Dallas, and they're the third or fourth worst team in the league. Heck, and they beat the Eagles. Thank you,
hey,
Arizona.
come back.
Thank
Scratch
you.
that.
Shout
So,
out,
21-6. No,
Kyler
no, no,
Murray.
no. Remember, no. Michael Lombardi told us it was ingenious work by them. They wanted to lose to them to be the fifth seed. Hold on now.
We just weren't smart enough. We should have been smart enough to lose another game, guys. Why didn't we think of that? Gosh darn it.
I'm putting the case on Michael Lombardi right now. I'm putting the case on Michael
Yeah.
Lombardi right
We
now for
were
this.
we were we were rooting. We should have rooted for the Eagles to win.
Yeah, like
We didn't want Dallas to lose. We want Philly to win.
that's what we should have did. Yeah, so we could lock in that 5th seed, guys.
Only
Woo-hoo!
time I want our division rivals to win is to mess up them draft picks.
Yeah, screw them. Yeah,
I've
screw
been
that draft
saying
order.
go Giants ever since we beat them the second time when I knew the talent gap didn't close. And I should have been saying go Commanders because they're worse than the Giants.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got that number 2 pick right now.
I don't know what's going on.
It's
Anyway.
the fan base. It's the fan base that's what I get out of it. When we talking about home field as far as a hostile environment, it's on the fans. I've been to Philly before where they stay outside in the parking lot, they curse you out, they yell at you, they antagonize you, X, Y, and Z. I've been to Cleveland, the dog pound. They're more rowdy in the stadium, not outside, but more. But they friendly, they cool. Different is different crowds. I don't see where a player or a team is gonna be afraid to go visit another stadium. It's more about with them. It's more about how good that team is at home. And this Dallas Cowboys team is great at home. We're undefeated at home. That's the only way. It ain't gonna be about the fan base. If anything, that's fan to fan. But I know right now. Let's just say if the Cowboys were to go to Philly, I'm not going by myself. I already know the deal. Why? Because I already know. Come on, BJ. 49 game. We know. Married. Miss Married. We know. We leave it at that right there. But those are the things about it. It's pretty much where it's how the fans are during those home games and what the visiting fans go get to see. They get scared off. I don't want to come here no more. These guys are rowdy. I recall during that Monday Night Football game after COVID when we went, it was Dallas versus Philly, and it was a fight right there by that section. BJ was very respectful to say, "Hey, knock the shit off," and they kept on. And then he said, "Listen, what the f?" And it went from there. And but guess what? At the end of the day, we all had a good time, right? We all had a good time. So those are the things about it. So at the end of the day, it's like I said before, I don't think that a team is gonna be afraid to visit a team because of the fan base or the hostile. It's more of that team is facing how good they are at home and what they do. They're a different team. That's just my opinion with it.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like I said, man. It's not mad, man. The numbers, everything supports it. Just supports it. I mean, it just is what it is. So, with that being said, but the Cowboys have to take care of business now, right? They have to take care of business now. They do have to go into Washington and land that plane, if you will, and get that dub up there. Right now, it looks like they're going to send some players on that side. Allen's being said. Some cornerbacks sitting. Look, that new ownership group obviously probably wants the number 2 pick over everything. But you have a head coach there that an offensive coordinator that they want to get the job done, right? They don't want to go up. They're going to go out on their shield. So Dallas has to do it. For me, I look at this game in general. Just look, get in, don't play with your food, and get guys out quick. Get in, get the dub, stay healthy.
Yeah, I know they are sitting some guys, that are definitely not going to play. I think all 3 of their starting CBs are out. Jonathan Allen, a few other guys, but anything can happen if we don't take it seriously. A lot of these guys, they're playing for jobs. They don't care about the next draft pick. They don't care about helping the owners get a good draft pick. If they got to go out there and play and they can make a play on Dak Prescott and sack him, knock him down, fluster him, make him throw an interception, make him fumble, they going to do that because that's, the last game of the season, wherever everybody's watching because it's the Cowboys and it's Dak Prescott, they going to take that opportunity because that's going to help them for next year. They don't care about number 2 draft pick. And these coaches that are mostly on their way out, they don't care either. Why would they care? So you definitely can't take it for granted. You got to go in there, like you said, not play with your food, take it seriously, and may have this game over by halftime so that we can rest starters.
Yeah, and most of us know from our playing days, whenever you watched film or got the scoop on your opponents, there are some teams that you just knew you were going to be in for a dogfight. They're just a solid team, well coached, have some talent, maybe not have the best talent, but they were going to be in the fight. Then you had some where you just knew ultra talented, not that disciplined, kind of up and down. So the ingredient to beat them is to jump out on them early and just put the foot down. And so this is one of those teams where they're ready to fold, they're ready to pack it up. I think there's some gamesmanship going on with their injury report right now, as
Mm.
far as the participation in practice. You kind of got to look at which guys have been out all week long, which is the three cornerbacks that you're talking about, as well as Jonathan Allen. Those guys actually might be sitting out this game, but the others likely to play. So don't really too much play into all of that. I just think though it's been a tough season for them. They're ready to get it over with. If Dallas just comes out big, put the foot down, then you can start thinking about how you can rest your own guys, kind of amp that thing down, and then get some quality snaps for guys that we know are quality depth for us that we may need to lean on whenever this playoff run starts.
Yeah, I mean, interesting enough, right? It's all 2 seasons to a certain extent, right? So the Cowboys last year went into Week 18 into Washington, and that's where Sam Howell gets his first start. And the Cowboys were playing to win. If other things happen, things could
Mhm.
fall their way.
Yeah.
So similar but different this year because it's been a full year, Sam Howell, and what's happened, right? But on the other side, it's not of, hey, if we win, things can happen and maybe things go. No, no, no. It's direct.
We
You
win.
win,
And
you're the number 2 seed. So similar but different, Spoon. Similar but different here, Spoon. And I think
yeah.
that's why the Cowboys are going to come out with a little bit more edge to them in this game, unlike last year.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just like we were speaking upon about the home field advantage in between the fifth and the number 2 seed. We have to buy. We should be buying in that this team is a different team, and I get it. We have failed under the other management administration. The Garrett and all that stuff. We even had number 1 seed a long time ago with the Patrick Creighton miss. That's nightmare. I know, BJ. You and him had words. I know, but
Yeah,
you know,
Patrick doesn't. Yeah, yeah. Mr. Crate doesn't like me. It's okay.
I know. But
Very exciting right
that's the
now.
thing about it. This team right now, you hear Michael Parsons exactly what he said. Basically, we all on the same page. We want that ring. CeeDee Lamb, you got the media asking you about the numbers, your stats, X, Y, and Z. He's not concerned about that. He wants that ring. You got Mike McCarthy. We know what he is coaching for. He wants to get. Let's be honest. He read the article, but was said about him before his departure from Green Bay. A lot of these guys have something in them. Why it's bigger than just winning. It's to
Mhm.
shut people up. And this whole year, this team was basically hearing the bad comments from these commentators. They were hearing the bad comments, negative comments from the fan base. Some who are not on board. I mean, we all heard the Dak haters. They still don't get it. You just don't like the quarterback. It is what it is. At the end of the day, if this team has a chip on their shoulders and they want it bad, this is probably the best time. This is the best team around Dak is this close into accomplishing that goal. Number 2 seed, they're good at home, and is leadership. This team has leaders from top to bottom. So I have faith in them. I believe we're gonna take care of business at Washington, and then go from there. It's like Miss Mary said, maintain a comfortable lead. We got this division. Put some young guys in there. Let's get ready for the playoffs.
So 2 points I had from what you said, BJ. Yeah, it's definitely different from last year in my mind, because, like you said, it was a lot of things had to happen in addition to us winning. So I went into that game honestly, I'm not caring because I knew
Right.
that based on what we needed to happen, it just
Hmm.
wasn't going to happen. So like every time a Washington fan, they love bringing up that last game. They're like, "Huh, yeah, we beat you that last game," and it's just like I've got to be honest. I didn't care, and I'm pretty. And it didn't look like the Cowboys cared either. Like, enjoy your win, but it was not something that they were going to put their all into, knowing that it didn't matter. Ultimately,
Right.
it wasn't going to matter.
And
And
it
this
showed.
time,
Right.
yeah, it showed. And this time is very different. Like you said, all we have to do is win, and we're the number 2 seed. Um, for them to know that going in and to somehow figure out a way to lose would be it would just suck the life out of this whole team. It would suck the life out of this whole fan base. It would be I can't even astronomical. It will overreaction Monday to the max. Everybody's getting
Mhm.
fired. So even though we still got the playoffs, it would be like, how
Right.
could this happen?
Tape on the this
Um,
bag.
yeah, so definitely different.
Mhm.
But yeah, to Spoon's point, uh, I agree.
Yeah, talk
It's
about. Yeah, I'm out there. Me
oh
and Spoon
yeah,
about there. The same thing we
nice.
try to show. Yeah, yeah. No, the weather for us playing. Real quick,
It'll
and,
be around
and
the 40s
thank you,
by the
Megan.
game time, right?
Yeah, we're going to be about 46 degrees and no precipitation is where we're at, Mills. About 46 degrees,
And it was
no
46 in Dallas
precipitation.
today, so
BJ,
Yeah.
Barry, you gotta do
but
the hands with
Same as
the weather.
Buffalo.
Is
huh?
40
Now,
degrees weather
Buffalo had some
in
rain though. Buffalo had some rain though.
Washington. Nah, no
What'd you say,
rain.
Tony?
No rain. No, I'm saying when you do the weather forecast, you're supposed to put your hands up and do the display. You know how they
Oh, my
do
bad.
on
uh,
TV. Yeah, but yeah, no rain. Like Miss
just
Mary said, 40
to
degrees.
Spoon's point, yeah, about just the team overall, I do find it so poetic that all this offseason, all we had to hear was that the team does not respect Dak.
Mm.
That McCarthy's on the hot seat. They're both on the hot seat. What are they going to do without Kellen? Uh, and then now we're in a point where it's like
Lamb
very
slot guy.
obvious. Yeah,
Yeah,
Lamb
Lamb's
is
not a
just a
number
slot
one.
guy, and he's not in a tier with any of these other guys.
Parsons front
Um,
runner.
yeah, all of that. We had to hear all this all off
Gilmore old.
season. Yep.
Yeah.
Get more like you cooking, Dom. You got
D
it.
Law can't
Yeah.
can't do anything.
Let Dom cook.
Yeah, he
Look,
cooking.
Mary,
All
Mary,
this
Mary, Mary. Dom just married you.
yeah, he did. He did. Like all this stuff. I mean, you're right. The whole list of all this stuff about why we were going to be last in the division. We were done. Someone was getting fired after this season.
9-7.
Um, to now be in this position where we are now, as the number 2 seed in NFC, the top QB in the NFC, MVP candidate, Lamb breaking
Trying to close the
records.
gap.
Yeah, Lamb breaking records, Micah breaking records, D Law playing great, Deron Bland breaking records. I mean, it's just, Brandon Aubrey, who no one believed in, breaking records. Like
Pro
it's
Bowler.
like life literally comes at you so fast, how all these things have just fell into place after an off season where all they did was question what the Cowboys
Hey,
were doing.
hey,
You
Miss
know what's
Mary.
funny? Go ahead, Spoon.
Oh, you know what's funny about this? Speaking of Pro Bowl, when was the last time the Dallas Cowboys had a kicker and a punter?
I
Now, Bones Fossil
think it was Dan
had
Bailey.
that. Bones had that with the Rams. I guess that was the year they won the Super Bowl too, right? The same year. But it's funny how the Cowboys never had that kicker
We
and
had
a punter, and that was
not both. But we definitely had Dan Bailey was in there, right? At some
Yeah,
point.
yeah, Dan.
all
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
And,
Dan.
But
and,
not our punter.
and a kicker. And this is Aubrey's, you could say, he's 20, 27, 20 years old. You could say this is rookie year. He's one of the guys that we all had questions about. Oh
Yeah.
my God, we need to get a kicker. We asked. This man has quiet everybody down, and this is the thing. This Dallas Cowboys team has quiet everybody down, and see, their worst fear is they don't want to see us.
Have a, well, here's the thing. I have a funny story. I have a funny story. We all grew up, and you got, tales told to you, books read to us, that would give you, life lessons, right? Life lessons within those stories and whatever the case may be. And y'all might have heard of this one. I don't know if y'all heard of this one, but I'm pretty sure y'all have heard. There used to be there's a book, right? There's a story. It's called The Tortoise and the Hare. You ever heard of that one?
Yep.
Love that story.
You ever heard? Yeah, you ever heard of The Tortoise and the Hare?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. You know,
City.
they're going to race. So you had a turtle, you had a rabbit. They're going to race. Rabbit's laughing his ass off. Hey, it's a rap. Don't play with me. And he hauls ass. They start. He hauls ass. He's gone. Man, he's so far ahead. He's like,
He's just
man, I
looking
got
for.
time. I got time. I'm feeling myself. I'm gonna take a nap. But that tortoise just,
Kept
hey,
going.
I got my speed though. You feel me? I got this long wind though. I got this speed though. My speed. He went. Oh, look at that! Look at that rabbit over there snoring.
Sleep. Chilling.
Boom, beating.
Yep.
Hey, that 10-1 sounded good, didn't it, Philly? Felt good. Pounded your chest. We them. We this. We that.
Can't be beat.
Look at
We
you
just
now.
win.
Look
Repeat.
at you now.
Yep.
Problems in the locker room. Trying to spin. We want to be a fifth seed. The only thing from AJ Brown's conference that was missing was him doing sit-ups in the damn driveway. Wow, what a few months can change in that realm. Shambles, as Uba just said. Shambles. I'm seeing Eagles fans fire the coach. Jalen Hurts ain't him now.
Jordan Davis is a bust.
Jordan Davis is a bust. Hey, just remember this in life. And here's the ultimate thing. Getting pushed in the ass will only take you so far. I
Fact.
digress.
Yep.
I digress.
Hey,
Yep.
I still think Howie's overrated, as I said before.
He's
I'm
gonna die
still,
on that hill.
I'm going with that comment.
Uh,
Listen, I don't want to make this a Eagles thing, but I'm just
oh
being
no, no.
honest. No, I'm just being honest.
Okay.
End of the day, what it boils down to it, sometimes you got to realize, no matter who you have coaching, maybe you don't have the right players. You just don't. And and this is where the accountability is going to have to hit, because guess what? You can't blame the new guy you had there. You can't blame Matt Patricia. You got to ask yourself, well,
Mm.
you need to go ahead and
Slow,
sign this
slow, slow,
guy.
slow.
But that's another
So,
story.
we just went back a little bit. They had to get Gannon up out of there. Gannon was the issue. He was coordinator. Gannon just whooped their ass. Neither
Yeah,
here nor there.
exactly.
But we'll pin it there. We'll pin it right there. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been here for an hour rocking with y'all. Spoonie, no sermon tonight, sir. No,
We're waiting. We gotta
no,
hold you down.
no. We need you to save that energy for next week, playoffs.
Yes.
We need the sermon next week. I don't need this for Washington. They say, "Oh my God, Caleb in the door. What's going on, Caleb?" No. Y'all resting starters, not us. We're gonna play for to get that dub, Caleb.
No,
Show
we
them I got
playing our
Caleb.
starters. Yeah.
Yeah. But we don't
Jerry
don't
said
need
it's a playoff game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look, and Mike McCarthy said playoffs started 2 weeks ago for us. That's what he
Yeah.
said. So no. No Spoonie sermon here. Cowboys should handle
Simple.
business.
Yeah.
Save that energy for next week in the playoffs. That's when we need that sermon. Y'all come back. Hey, you ain't seen this Spoonie sermon before. I guarantee you the playoff sermon, Dom, I'm gonna have some props with you.
Ooh.
I'm gonna have some props with
Yeah,
you.
I'm
I'm
gonna bring the
excited.
candle. I'm gonna bring the
Bring,
candle.
come on. Yeah. Hey, all the stops. Whatever. Look, like the Daggum Avengers. I'm Captain America. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. With that being said, Dom, give me your last word for this Friday, my friend.
Y'all already know the drill. Enjoy the ride.
Hey, That part. Salute to you and your family, brother. You already know the drill. Spody, last word for you, my guy.
Listen, let's dominate, celebrate, and let's take home that NFC East championship.
Mm-hmm. Mary.
Let's get the 2 seed.
Oh, she teased you, Spoon. She teased you. She teased you.
Don't tease me like that, sis. Do not tease me. I was ready for it.
Yes, she did.
You know
Oh,
what?
she said she did that. Oh, she got you.
You tease me. See? You see? Damn it.
Hey,
When she said, let's get, I was like, oh, man.
for our long term subs, listeners, community members, that's probably the best troll job on this panel all year. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Uh, although, Mary, I'm going to borrow from you for my last word. You're going to Washington. From Mary's lips to God's ears, don't tuck it, let it hang, go seal the deal for this number 2 seed.
Yes.
Period. That's what we do.
Yep.
Suits everybody, man. We appreciate you as always. Bigger, better things are coming. As always, I know we've been gone for a little bit. A lot of things, work, life, whatever. But we in the building. And y'all know if y'all missed it last year, y'all know what we do draft season. Oh, Dom, hey, Spoon, hey, that Mary's like, hey, y'all
I
didn't
took
catch
a
something.
year off. I might
Yeah,
come
she was
back.
like, hey, I'm gonna do over here. But don't worry, the fellas are in the building this draft season. Trust me. But the Cowboys got work to do. Season ain't over. We're enjoying the mother effing ride, if you will, as we're moving forward, and can't wait for everything because again, it's about to start ramping up in a lot of different ways for us. Enjoy your weekend, and no matter what it is, unequivocally in the year of our 2000, the year of our Lord 2024, always forward. Peace.